Okay, so this lesson starts with 2 equals 2, which is something I think we can all get behind. Mathceratops likes it. 2 equals 2, yeah, makes sense, right? And we'll just build from there to illustrate what the addition property of equality is really all about. So if I were to write this in math language, I would say the addition property of equality says that A equals B is equivalent to A plus C equals B plus C. So put that in English and you get something like you can add or subtract any number to or from both sides of an equation and the equation will still be true. So for an equation to be true, it means the equal sign is not lying. The equal sign is saying that the left side of the equal sign is equal to the right side. The value of anything that's over here is equal to the value of anything that's over here. So what I can do is I can add or subtract a number, and if I add or subtract a number from both sides of the equation will still be true, meaning both sides will still equal each other. So let's start with 2 equals 2. That's an equation, and it's true. So 2 really is equal to 2. And let's illustrate the addition property of equality. So it says that if I add any number to one side of an equation, if I add that same number to the other side of the equation will still be true. So let's show that. So let's modify this side of the equation by adding 3. Adding 3. Okay. So I've added a number, and that number has to be the same as what I add onto the other side of the equation. So let's start with the way it is over here, and then we'll add 3 to this side as well, and see if the equation still holds true, to see if both sides still are equal to each other. Okay, pretend that's a 3. Okay, 2 plus 3 is 5, and and 2 plus 3 is also 5. So there you have it, 5 equals 5. So yeah, makes sense. Now, if all we're doing is starting with equations like 2 equals 2 or 1 equals 1, this thing would not get very exciting. But as you'll see as you move on in algebra, what this allows you to do is something like, say like you have an equation like this, x plus 3 equals 5. And what that equal sign is saying is all this stuff over here is equal to all this stuff over here. Well, with the addition property of equality, I could add a number to both sides of the equation and it'll still be true. So for example, I could add a negative 3, or if you want to look at it this way, subtract a 3. As long as I do the same thing to the other side, the equation will still be true. So 3 minus 3 is 0. So this side is equal to just x. And if I modify this side, if I subtract the same number from it, 3, I'll get x equals 2. So as you'll see, the addition property of equality is really critical for solving algebraic equations.